Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the high cost of obesity. Let's get right into it. I have many new subscribers here, and I've actually gained in the last month of about almost around 2,000 new subscribers. Welcome all the new folks. Thank you for subscribing, and I hope you're enjoying the channel. And also thank you to all my loyal subscribers and any viewers that are here today. I really feel that this is an important topic. Yes, I've done a video very similar to this a long time ago, but because I have so many new people, I think it's an important topic to talk about. Today I want to talk about the high cost of obesity. As you guys know, I'm not a medical professional. I'm in no way giving advice or telling anyone what they need to do for their health. Each of us need to do our own research and speak to our own doctor, so I'm not calling anyone out. I'm actually pointing the finger right back at me, myself, and I. Many of you have been around the block with me, and if you go back and look at my old videos, you'll see that I've done what I call up and down and all roller coaster with my weight situation. I've struggled with my weight, as most of you that have been with me for a while, since I would say 8th grade, so age 14 and up. I've been very small. I've been as small as 120 pounds for 1 minute, and I've been as large as 305 pounds. So I've been all different sizes. Now, I've been married since '94. My smallest weight since I've been married, I weighed about 225 to 230 when I got married in '94, but I had gotten down to about 158, 160, right in that range. That's the lowest that I got down to when I've been married. Obviously, I'm nowhere near that at this point. So I did do go on a weight loss journey a couple years ago. I have gained not all the way back, but I definitely have gained quite a bit of it back to going back to old habits. But I do want to talk to you guys about some of the high cost of being really overweight or obese in my situation. So many of you may know this, and I did a little bit of research, but in America, and I don't know about other countries, but obesity has actually tripled in the last 50 years, and it's gotten a lot worse even since 1992. I know I've spoken to you guys about this before, but years ago, growing up as a teenager, we couldn't be obese. Want to know why? Because there were no clothes to fit us. I was considered really overweight, and I think I weighed about 165 back then, because there were not, so the biggest size you could get was 11 in juniors, unless I went over to Montgomery Ward's and I could get a 13 at that store. But if you were any bigger than that, you had to shop the women's section. So you basically had your choice of size 3, 5, 7, 9, and a few 11s. But most girls were 3, 5, 7, or 9s. So once you went past that size 9, which it depends, I'm going to say is about 140 some pounds, then you had a hard time finding clothes. Now you have lots of different choices out there. So that being said, people are a lot more overweight nowadays, and I know this discussion's been going on a lot. I'll just touch on it. Why are people so much overweight? Many people say it's because of all the preservatives in the food. That definitely may be part of it. I'm going to tell you from what I think, my opinion. I will say this. I read that 41.1% of women are overweight in 2022, and 37.9% of men are overweight in 2022 here in America. I don't know about other countries, but here in America that's the case. Why are people overweight? And I'm going to tell you what I think from my opinion, from my observation. Yes, maybe preservatives may have something to do with it, but number one, people are so used to eating bigger portions. When your stomach is stretched out, it's really tough to go from eating, a really large portion to a really small portion, because it's gonna take a while to get used to it, and you're gonna feel hungry. That's number one, bigger portion. Number two, sedentary lifestyle. We're so used to sitting at our desk and sitting and doing things. I mean, just even sitting at the TV with the remote, anything. And then also, we don't take time to take care of us. I'm guilty of all three. I got to thinking of people that I know of that have really never struggled with their weight. Okay, maybe people around my age, some are older, some are younger. And I thought about them and I started observing them. Okay, so we're going to take bigger portions. I noticed that all those folks, they do not eat, quote, diet food, or try to not, they're not eating, all greens. They eat what they want. If they want a piece of pizza, they have it. This is the thing. They eat, their portions are about 1/4 of what maybe my portion would be. Their portions are so much smaller, and they do allow themselves treats, but in moderation. I know I've told you guys this before. If somebody for my dad's birthday gives him a cake or a bunch of cookies, what he'll do is he'll have a little bit of it, and then he'll box and wrap it up, and then he'll give it to neighbors and pass it out. He doesn't want all of that in his house. He has a little bit, and then it's enough. So that you eat what you like, but it's portion controlled. So that's number one. Number two, I can tell you from my dad and other people that I know that have never been overweight, they're constantly puttering around. They're constantly moving, whether they're gardening, doing household chores. They don't lay around. They are constantly busy. So that's number two. And number three, they take time to take care of themselves. They go to bed around the same time, they get up around the same time. And they take time to take care of themselves and get some rest. So that's kind of what I have noticed from my personal experience. Now, I'm going to get into the cost of being fat right now. First of all, and I've spoken about this and I brought out an example. The cost, one high cost is clothing. Number one, let's say that you want to buy a 2X versus say a medium. Many times a 2X costs more than medium because it costs more for the material. And if you're up and down in your weight, and let's say you've got size 12s, 14s, 16s, 18s, whatever, in your closet, and even your shoes, because your feet can be different sizes, and you're buying different shoes, you spend a lot more on clothes, and then you grow out of your clothes and you have to buy new clothes, and then because you don't think you're going to gain the weight back, you've given away all your thin clothes, and your heavy clothes you've given all away. And so clothing can end up costing a lot. First of all, by buying bigger sizes, and because you're all different sizes, so you've got several different wardrobes. So clothing, definitely. And it really surprises me. I've noticed this in one of the women within catalogs. If you go up past like a 2X, 3X, those clothing sizes cost more money. And I have noticed that. And a lot of times shoes for bigger, wider feet can sometimes cost more money too. Another thing, diet products, you know, a lot of them are not as effective in many of the diet products now. This is some diet tea that I bought a long time ago that's been sitting around that I thought I'd show you. And so some kind of slim tea. You know, of course it shows somebody with a flat tummy on there. It makes it sound like all you got to do is drink this tea and you'll have a thin, flat tummy like this. When we know that you got to put the work in. It's not something that just happens overnight. You can't take a magic pill. So think about the diet industry and all the foods and all the products that they sell. And as a matter of fact, I've been around the block a few times. There are many ingredients that they used to put in these items that they can no longer sell because they said they were harmful for us and maybe harmful for your heart. I don't have a lot of any medical knowledge on that, but that would be an example of that. So that would be number two, the diet products. Number three, just the amount of food. Even if you took somebody that was really overeating and they cut in half how much food they were eating, they ate normal food, you know, they didn't go buy special foods. They ate what they wanted, but they cut their portions in half. That would basically be, they'd get twice the food, you know, for that amount of money because of eating less portions. And then also buying all the processed food, all the snack foods. You know, maybe if you love fast food, you're going through the drive-through food. It can end up costing a lot of money. Just because somebody wants to go on a healthy eating journey doesn't mean you need to buy special foods. I do want to say that because I know some people will think that. Also, obesity-related diseases. Now, me, myself, I don't have diabetes. I don't generally have high cholesterol. I mean, it can be borderline, but lately it's been really good. But I do tend to have high blood pressure. I don't know if it's weight-related, but I'm thinking it may be. I don't know that. So a lot of people that have like a lot of diseases due to this, and that can cost a lot medical. Not only that, you may have to pay more for your health and life insurance because of some of these health-related diseases. I do want to say this, just because somebody has a health-related disease, whether it's diabetes, blood pressure, or cholesterol, does not mean they're overweight. Sometimes it is hereditary, so I don't want anyone to say that. In my situation, I feel like it is because of me being overweight. Okay, so you can end up paying more for furniture. I know somebody that their somebody in their family was overweight and they had to pay more for their mattresses and couches and furniture and even get a bigger, more comfortable car. And I do know of somebody else that they had to buy 2 airplane seats because they could not fit in one. And so these are just some of the examples of some of the things that could end up costing us more. And last but not least, it can hurt us in getting jobs. People that are healthier and in better shape are more employable. And that is definitely, and I've seen that happen in action too, because they want somebody that's healthy and able to work. I know that me choosing, because mind is something that I have control over, everyone's different, but I know I have control over my situation. That being said, I know that me being obese has ended up costing me in my health and cost me money in terms of my clothing. Now, I don't know if it's cost me so much in my jobs, and in health related things and diet products that I've bought, and I've spent more for clothing and shoes because of it. So it definitely, if I took all that money and invested it, I could actually save a lot of money. I wanted to just come on here and share this with you. I do also want to say this, I know this video is longer, is that I understand some folks do struggle with overeating and they're up and down their weight. You could get all the greatest advice from well-meaning folks out there, but the bottom line is that the people that are struggling with this are the ones that have to figure it out what works for them. So let me know what you guys think about this topic. I'd like to know what you think. Do you kind of agree with me that the cost of obesity is not frugal? In other words, for me, it's not frugal being fat. I'm talking about myself here. Let me know what you guys think. I'd like to get your feedback on this topic. That's all I have to say. I want to thank each and every one of you again for your love and support, and I'll see you on tomorrow morning's video. I love you. Bye.